Imagine a priest steps up to the microphone on a Sunday morning. He smiles, taps it to make sure it's on, and tells the congregation, half joking, half not, that he took a couple of shots right before the service, just to get into a flow state. If you were sitting in those pews, something inside you would tighten. It probably wouldn't be immediate outrage. It's a quieter feeling, a sudden, visceral sense that a boundary of trust has been crossed. We react that way because we instinctively understand the stakes. When someone assumes a role where they help others see reality and find meaning, we expect mental discipline. We require clarity. Teaching is an act of formation. What flows from a teacher does not stay with them. It enters the people they teach. This is why a clouded mind feels so at odds with the responsibility of the role. But today, the people doing the teaching are rarely wearing clerical collars or standing in lecture halls. The architects of our reality are software engineers, startup founders, and the developers training artificial intelligence, and the scale of their influence is staggering. A traditional community leader might reach a few thousand minds over a lifetime. A single digital platform can reach millions in a single afternoon. Yet, despite this expansion in reach, the strict expectation of sobriety we apply to a pastor or a professor is almost completely missing in the tech world. The builders of our digital infrastructure wield immense power over how we think, but that influence has been detached from any expectation of personal mental discipline. The tech industry currently operates on a logic of sheer output. It is an operating system that prizes cleverness, relentless speed, and raw production. You see the symptoms of this focus everywhere. It shows up in how leaders normalize and even publicly joke about using altered states or chemical shortcuts as creative fuel to keep the pace. Those jokes are a diagnostic tool. What a high-pressure culture is willing to laugh about in public reveals what it has already accepted as permissible behind closed doors. This behavior has a deeply human root. The fatigue and the pressure of the modern tech sector are real. Anyone who has survived a grueling week of shipping code understands the pull of an easy escape. But while the pressure is relatable, a narrow focus on production ignores the true nature of what is actually being built. Modern platforms and AI models act as interpreters of reality. They are systems of global cognition that shape how users think, how they decide, and how they live. Through the lens of human formation, a creator's output enters other minds and builds the foundation of their worldview. Formation is transitive. If the builder's mind is warped, that distortion flows into the system's logic, which then shapes the user. Overseeing a process that forms human minds requires a disciplined mindset. It is a role for a guardian, which doesn't sit well with the whatever works mentality of traditional hacker culture. If we are building the infrastructure of the human mind, the architects must be evaluated on their capacity for responsible formation, not just their ability to be clever. Leadership in technology is measured by more than functionality. It is measured by the signals a creator sends and the standards of behavior they make permissible. Whether they sought the role or not, the people designing these platforms have become the most trusted interpreters of reality for billions of people. Occupying that level of societal trust is incompatible with a public posture that treats blurred judgment as a casual joke. We cannot safely rely on intentionally distorted minds to build the systems that provide us with clarity and truth. The question is not whether an altered state can produce a clever line of code. The question is, what kind of mind is worthy of guiding the masses? The standard of the sober mind remains. The pulpit has just gotten bigger. For those building the systems that teach the next generation how to think, watchfulness and mental clarity are the baseline requirements of the job. This is not a punishment for creators. It is a necessity. The people on the other end of these systems deserve nothing less than a sober mind.